Good morning, everybody. I'm sitting here in a parking lot waiting to go in to a agency to market for my job, and I was thinking about something. Um, Regrets. I used to, when I was first into recovery, say I have no regrets, and that was two reasons, I believe. One, I truly didn't understand what my recovery needed to advance, to succeed. And number two, I still had the mentality of, trying to be a tough guy, or however you want to put it. But there are definitely regrets that I have, things that happened during my active addiction. But two of them, like if I could change two things, the only two things, I mean, the most important two things that I would change to me, number one is the kind of dad that my older kids got during that time period. Because my younger daughter is 10 and she has a whole different version of me, that I am sure that my other kids see and think, man, I wish I had that dad when I was that age. And I do regret that. It makes me feel terrible. Obviously, I can't change it. I don't dwell on it. But there are times when I'm doing something with my youngest daughter, Piper, and I can just see it in my middle daughter's eyes. Like, man, I wish dad would have done that kind of stuff with me when I was 10. Because they did not have, like I said, this version of me. They had a terrible version of me. I thought I was a good dad, but I was never, I was not. I was not around. If I was nodded off on the couch. They seen things, heard things, that they probably shouldn't have seen. Now, my wife did her best to keep them shielded from that, but you can only do so much. And she should have left me for sure. I asked her, why didn't you ever leave me? Because I would have left me. I would not have stayed with me through that. And her reply has always been, I seen something in you that nobody else saw. And I'm so thankful that that's the case, because there was definitely things that I would not have put up with. Just for example, my oldest daughter, who is a great lady, turned out to be an amazing adult, actually saved my life. She heard me fall out and gasping for air, and I was, pretty much dead in the bathroom. Called the squad and saved my life. That's not, obviously not normal things that a 12-year-old at the time should see. So that would be the first thing that I would change. That's one of my regrets I wish I could fix. And then the second is, taking money from my grandma. I didn't steal from her, but I, lied, manipulated, pretty much stealing her into giving me a lot of money. And that, our relationship has never been the same, probably never will be the same. Uh, that's my second, because now that I've been, clean for 12 years, it makes me feel terrible. I miss my grandma, I miss the relationship we used to have. It's just not the same at holidays. Some of the family's still in, a bit of a quarrel because my grandma talks to me or gives my kids gifts on Christmas. There's a side of my family, a couple people in my family that, grandma's got to explain herself to if she has contact with me, which is terrible. And, terrible for her more than anything to be put in that situation. So that'd be the two things. I wouldn't even change cutting my finger off because I was dope sick to get pills over them two things. Them would be the two things that I would say that I regret the most and that I would change. I hope everybody has a good day, and if nobody's told you they love you today, I do.